This is Igbo Area TV.
Welcome. Yeah. Nnamdi Kanu suspended his live broadcast on Saturday, being the 15th of December 2018. He reveals the next action. Yeah. There are certain things that are coming up. The broadcast was supposed to be on the 15th Saturday, December 2018, but it was suspended. The suspension of the broadcast was made known in a task statement by his deputy Alphonsus Okafor Mefo via his Facebook page. Recall that Kanu, since his reappearance in Israel penultimate month, had been consistent in making weekly expos on the alleged impersonation of President Muhammadu Buhari by a Sudanese stage play actor, Habibu Almu al-Sudani. However, Okafor Mefo informed that instead of a fresh broadcast that weekend, a repeat edition will be played back, after which the IPOB leader would host an interactive session on Radio Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu had last Wednesday, prior to that Saturday, alleged that the so-called Habibu al-Sudani had confirmed his claim that he was an impostor. Kanu made the claim in a reference to a picture of the president responding to cheers from his supporters by raising his fists. The IPOB leader had earlier said during a previous broadcast that the president would no longer wave his supporters because he had different palm print from the real Muhammadu Buhari. Wow, don't you think Biafra is closer? Here is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in Jerusalem. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra on Saturday, December 15, 2018, met with U.S.-Israeli Jewish philanthropists in Jerusalem to discuss IPOB's vision of the new Biafra. The meeting was part of its worldwide project to connect the family of Israel. This is what we call international diplomacy and expanding the circle of friendship. Biafra needs to sustain its campaign for national survival. God bless Israel. Look at.
Flying, you come down and then you go there. And then all the way there, and a Hamufu. And back there again. But what they've done very cleverly is to, unfortunately, what is known again is it literal from Constitution. During the colonial era. What they did was to identify the people around here because they spoke a different dialect from us, to say, hey, you are not Igbo. And when we leave, the Igbos, the same charge against the Jews all over the world, they will dominate you. They're very domineering. Because of that, they gave them different names, took away the Igbo names and gave them different names. Therefore, or thereby concentrating the bulk of the Igbo Biafra within this area. But unfortunately for them, they don't know that we still have access here, up to here. We still have access to the sea.
Well, I'm presuming that that's obviously a strategic issue, that you need to have your own...
Still on Habibu of Sudan, Fani Kayode lists 15 questions Buhari must answer to prove he's not dead. 16 questions Buhari needs to answer to prove he is still the one in Aso Rock. Fani Kayode, the former Minister of Aviation, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to come clean on the allegation that he was replaced by a certain Habibu of Sudan. Fani Kayode, in an article released on his Twitter page, highlighted 15 questions Buhari needs to address to prove allegations by leaders of pro-Biafra group IPOB Nnamdi Kanu is false. Recall that Kanu, since his appearance in Israel penultimate month, has been consistent in making weekly expos on the alleged impersonation of President Muhammadu Buhari by Sudanese stage play actor Habibu Almu al-Sudani. The former minister urged Buhari to hold a 2-day interactive no-holds-barred live media chat on national television to counter the claim. He also challenged Buhari to call out Eric Stuart Joyce, the former British MP, former army officer and former M16 agent, for declaring him dead sometime in 2017, and remove his hat to have his hair examined. That's to remove his cap. Except from the article. There is always a hidden truth, an angle, a grey area, or an unseen dimension to everything that a Nigerian leader or politician says or does. It is in the light of these that I submit the following. If President Muhammadu Buhari really wants us to believe that he is not Jibril Aminu al-Sudani, I challenge him to have a 2-hour interactive, no-hold-spared live media chat on national television. I challenge him to take off his hat and let us examine his head and hair. I challenge him to let us measure his ears and inspect his earlobes. I challenge him to conduct a 1-hour non-stop conversation in Fulfilled, the Fulani language, on national television. I challenge him to explain how it is that he is now a good deal shorter in height than he was 2 years ago. I challenge him to tell us how it is that 2 years ago he looked like his Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed's grandfather, but today he looks like the minister's grandson. I challenge him to explain why he has not been going back to the United Kingdom for regular medical checkups after his miraculous recovery from a strange debilitating illness that ravaged and wrecked his body and that almost sent him to his grave. I challenge him to call out Eric Stuart Joyce, the former British MP, former army officer, and former M16 agent, for declaring him dead sometime last year, that was 2017, for accusing the Nigerian intelligentsia, authorities, medias, intelligence agency, and ruling elite of being complicit in a conspiracy, and the Nigerian people of being the most gullible and naive people in the world. I challenge him to explain why he did not appear with any of the key world leaders in any of the official pictures during his last trip to Paris. I challenge him to explain why the First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, claims that two faceless, nameless, shadowy, strange, and all-powerful individuals whose shoes or other government officials lick are running the affairs of our country and not him. I challenge him to explain why he has refused to give one formal press interview to Nigerian journalists and on Nigerian soil for the last 2 years. I challenge him to deny the fact that body doubles were often used in the civilized war during the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s for security reasons, and they often represented presidents, prime ministers, and head of states at official function and events. Finally, I challenge him to tell us whether it is a coincidence that Habibu Almu, the Nigerian Consul General to the Sudan and NIA agent that alleged discovered Jibril Aminu al-Sudani and proposed him as a credible and convincing body double for the ailing president in 2016, was suddenly knifed to death in Qatar in May 2018, just a few weeks after his alleged role in the whole sordid body double saga was made public. Do not believe that Buhari is a clone, but I do believe that body double allegation and rumor is worthy of our attention and consequently needs to be thoroughly investigated, explored, and examined. Though I cannot vouch for the veracity of this allegation and rumor, one thing is clear. A significant number of Nigerians do not believe that the man in Aso Rock Villa is the Buhari that they know, and rightly or wrongly, their perception is that there is something fishy going on. That was Fani Kayode's tweet during the weekend that if the current man sitting in Aso Rock is the president of Nigeria, he should come and prove himself. Come and clear the doubts, clear the air, or else many people are feeling the man, a lot of Nigerians, in fact, people are feeling the man in Aso Rock is not our president. Catholic bishops reject Father Mbaka's apology to Peter Obi, reveal why. The Catholic Bishop of Enugu, Most Reverend Callistus Onaga, has rejected the recent apology tendered by Father Ejike Mbaka to former Governor Peter Obi for the embarrassing episode the priest created during a church bazaar sales. Onaga, under whose jurisdiction and supervision Father Mbaka's Adoration Ministry Enugu operates, said the apology by Mbaka was no apology but apologetics that did not comply with what the bishop directed him to do. The bishop said this during the weekend at Diaconate Ordination Mass celebrated at the Holy Ghost Cathedral Enugu. He said before we met Mbaka, he had already apologized to Obi, but when we listened to the apology, we realized it was no apology but apologetics. So we mandated him to do a written apology to Obi, which he agreed to do and actually did it in our presence. He was remorseful and regretted his action. We believe he would do the needful by sending across the written apology. Bishop Onaga also bemoaned the deep involvement of clerics in partisan politics and mandated henceforth, in line with the directives of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, that priests of the Catholic Church must not make political prophecies or endorse any politician or political party. He urged priests under his control to maintain strict neutrality in matters of politics and focus of their mandate as priests. He, however, noted that Father Mbaka is gifted but should not allow himself to be led into disobeying the directives and authority of the church. I urge you all to pray for Father Mbaka. This man had added value to the church through his work. I have on several occasions told him that he is gifted, but we must not allow anybody railroad us into disobeying the directives of the church. I therefore urge you to all pray for him so that the church can maximize his gift to the glory of God, he said. The bishop also warned that priests were becoming meddlesome even in matters that does not concern them. He said, I had such cases in some community where the contention was that the priest said that a certain person or the other should be traditional ruler of a community, and the community was in crisis. This is beyond your mandate as priests. Priests are not king makers. Just preach and pray for them and let the counties run their affairs. In the same way, we should also allow politicians to play their politics and stay clear from the endorsements of candidates. Nigeria operates a democracy and not a theocracy. We must therefore be mindful to preserve the integrity of the Catholic Church. ASU strike. Anambra Varsity lecturer disguises as Spider-Man to teach students. According to reports, he had earlier told his student who wanted to have a final discussion with him ahead of their project defense that they should await the coming of Spider-Man to assist them in their final preparations. A lecturer of Anambra State University, now known as Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, wore Spider-Man costume to teach students during the ongoing strike by Academic Staff Union of Universities across Nigeria, that is ASU strike. The man was photographed coming out of his car and walking into class on Wednesday, December 5, 2018 for a lecture with his postgraduate students. It was gathered that when the teacher entered the lecture hall, he refused to acknowledge students who called him his name, pretending to be a Spider-Man. According to reports, he had earlier told the students who wanted to have a final discussion with him ahead of their project defense that they should await the coming of Spider-Man to assist them in their final preparations. Well, it was tears of joy for the Biafra Natago crooner in Nsukka on December 15th, 2018, Enugu State. He received an unexpected award, and he said, "Sambe to all beloved families and friends." You remember this guy who sang the song Biafra Natago? He wrote, "Thank you and Sampe for you, God Almighty, for giving me the grace and privilege to receive this unexpected award as an Inspirational Artist of the Year 2018 from Hip Hop Jam's Record Meno Black and Nsukka Entertainment Awards, Nsukka Got Talent 2018. He said, "God bless Biafra, God bless Nnamdi Kanu, God bless Mazi Uchemefo, God bless IPOB Worldwide, God bless you, my beloved brother, Meno Black, God bless you, Nsukka Got Talent." Thanks for listening to Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. You can also visit our Facebook page and like the page. You can join our Facebook group, Igbo Area TV. God bless you and bye for now.